side to fill it in the center. So when I open the false branch of the node, it doesn't show, but it shows in the first one. So I don't know. And so when I do it, it doesn't execute or doesn't run. So
okay, so I know, I always tell you send in data. Let me show you where your problem is coming from, which is not even a problem. Okay, now let me tell you where the problem is coming from. Okay, it's just calm down and do it. Now this is the workflow that's giving you the issue, right? Is this workflow, Abby?
it's not showing. Your screen is not showing.
Oh, sorry. I don't think I've shared screen. Let me share screen. Okay. You can see my screen now, Abby. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, your cursor is moving.
Okay, good. So this is where you're having the issue. Is this workflow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, like I explained, when you open this is the form which you have built already, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, by the right hand side of the form is an output from the form,
Yes.
or from the node. By the left hand side is an output from the former node and an input to the current node you are, while this center is the current node you are. So now let me explain this properly. For every of these things is a node. This is a node.
Yes.
This is a node. All of them are nodes. And if I want to add a node, I just go here, click it, or I click this plus here. All right. Now let us say I want to add a switch node. Okay. I've added a node, right? This is a node, this is a node, this is a node. Now, sometimes I will tell you, send data to your switch. When I say send data to your switch, I simply mean execute this step, and let your switch catch the data. All right. Now, if I execute this step, due to I already have pinned data to it, you can see it has repeated one item. Now, if I go to this switch, now the problem you are having, for people joining today, you need to watch that first video actually. Sorry, the second video, most importantly, second class. So for people, the problem you're having is, look at what you did here. Let me just do this and show you. Let me just do this. And let me add routing rule and add another routing rule. Now, this is what you did, right? Data is passing through this first one, Abby?
Yes.
Good. But now you want to map this one. You want to map this middle one, Abby?
Yes, sir.
But you don't have data on the middle one. This is what you're seeing on your middle one. Some
Yes.
of you now will now go to this place to map it from your workflow. Now look at my cursor very, very closely. Look at my cursor very, very closely.
Okay.
Pay very much attention. Every one of you here. Let me accept this person that is joining now. Look at my cursor very, very extremely closely, and pay close attention to this. Right. Some of you go and map here. It is wrong. Some go and map here. It is wrong. Now, your switch is a decision point. Okay, it is a decision. It is a routing. It is a routing. Is routing decision, which means you want people of certain caliber to pass through a certain road. Let me use, for instance, there is a road in your estate. In fact, your estate has roads, let's say two roads. One road, sorry, your estate has three roads. One road is only for tippers. One road is for cars. Then another road is for bike and um, pedestrian, people using their leg. Now, if a road is for tipper, if you go to the road for car, will you be able to see tipper?
No, no.
Thank you. What do you have to do? You have to either go to tipper to expect tipper, or you come to car lane and send in a car to pass through car road. Is it not?
Yeah.
Good. But then this is the roads here. This switch here marks the road. Now, in this example I'm giving you, this workflow configuration is outside your estate group. It is not in your estate. It is outside. So if you go outside to pick a tipper or to meet a tipper outside, you don't. The tipper did not enter your estate. Rather, you went
Estate.
out. Rather, you went outside to go and meet a tipper. Do you understand? Now,
Yes, sir.
this is it. Wherever you are routing, you must do your mapping from your switch, your if, or your filter node. You do not go outside to map for them. All right? That is very extremely important. Once you do that, once you have done that, now this is what it means here. If you go and map workflow config inside that place, if you come and map workflow config, it means that you have skipped this guy here and mapped this. Do you get? This guy is no longer functional. You are now mapping directly from this. This is what you just did.
Okay.
If you go and map workflow config, this is what you have done. You map direct, so there is no longer qualification. There is no longer routing in that your workflow. There is no longer routing in your workflow, right? I saw some people do it, but now this is what you have to do here. This is what you have to do. Some of you, I told you to repeat what you did here in this one. Now, what you have to now do is, if your workflow, if your code lead, this is switch, this is workflow config rather. Now, this is switch. If your code lead is 500,000, okay? Since we are using budgets to map, let me pick budget and say for one lead will be equal to, greater than or equal to 500,000. What it means is that once the person, let me rename it here to say warm. I hope you guys know how to rename already, Abby. Is this something I still have to show you today? Okay, for those joining new, I'll have to do that again. I have to start this workflow again for those joining new. But then watch the first video, watch the second class video. Then now let me name the first one hot, the second one warm, and the last one cold. Okay. So the issue we are having is that you only send data through the hot stage. Then I sorry, the code is less than 500,000. I believe that's what it is, less than 500,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you only send data through the hot lead. Now look at my screen. You will see hot lead. Hot lead has data. Warm lead does not have data. All right. Cold lead doesn't have data. Cold does not have data, right? Question now is why? Why don't they have data? Because my parameter for routing says anybody their budget. Look at here. You remember you mapped with budget. you mapped with this budget. It says for anybody that their budget is greater than or equal to 1 million naira should pass through here. So long as 1 million naira is coming, so long as what is coming is 1 million naira, it will pass through here. So if you need data to go into the warm lead, you have to unpin this guy here, unpin this guy as well. Then go to this form, submit the form again. Do you understand? Execute the forms, fill it, and submit for your warm lead. Now, what was the warm lead I mapped there? Please, someone answer me. What was the warm lead I mapped? How much was it?
500,000.
And the hot lead was how much?
1 million.
So, which means what range with the warm lead? What range do I need to fill in to make sure it goes through the warm lead route?
Like,
No, be
repeat your question.
500,000 to 999.
Thank you.
999.
Thank you very much. So I will have to fill in between 500,000, between 500,000 and 999, 900,000, 999. That's what I need to. If I do not have any data coming between 500,000 to 900,000, 999, it will not pass through the warm lead. So for me to be able to map the warm lead, I will have to go back and edit my form. Not edit my form, but fill my form. Now, there is a difference between editing your form and filling your form. When I say fill your form, it means execute your form, just the way someone will see your form online, and fill it. So I'll have to come here and fill all these things and choose the ones I will choose. You understand? Even if I choose all of them, but my budget must be within the range of the warm lead. So if I fill 600,000, now I am filling 600,000, right? For me to be able to map that, the warm lead, I will now come here, right click on it, and I pin. Now, if I now go here and process and execute rather, can you see that it has gone through the warm lead? Can you see it?
Yes.
Good. So as an automation specialist, do not feel lazy to repeat any process. Because if you feel lazy to repeat, if you feel that it is too much work for you, you cannot do it. If you do not repeat that process, your workflow might end up in error and you end up spending more time to start correcting it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, if I now want to map here, I will easily map here. Is that okay? If I want to do for that of code, this code, I will still have to go back to here. But then, let me give you people something. Let me give you people something. Please, this point I'm about to show you, if you don't get it, skip it. Do you understand? If you do not get it, skip it. Fill the form manually. Okay? Fill the form manually if you don't get it. But it's supposed to make life easy for you. Now, look at here. You can see this pinned data is here. To pin data, then you can see this pen. This is pin and this is pen. Instead of me to go and fill this form,
I can't see your screen, sir.
I think it's only you. Is it only him or every other person?
I can see clearly, sir.
Okay, so I think it's only you. Now, looking at my screen, you can see pin here, this pin symbol. You can see this pen symbol. Now, what this pen symbol does is to edit all these things so that you do not have to go and start sending fresh data. For somebody who knows it, I would, instead of me to go and start executing the form afresh, I will just click on this pen. Disclaimer, warning, if you do not get this part, just skip it. Do the one you know how to do. Don't worry, you will get these things as time goes on, naturally. Do you understand? But I just want to show you now on time and as benefit to people who are in this class today. Now, if I want to edit this 600, I'll just go here and click this pen instead of me filling the form afresh. I'll click this pen. It will open like this. Then I'll come here. Since my code read is 400 below 500,000, then I can fill 400. I'll just delete that budget there. I'll just delete that 6 and put 4. Anything you want to change, you can easily come here and change it. You can change anything you want to change inside here, right? But make sure what you're changing will not scatter your workflow. Now, once I'm done changing, I'll click on save and I'll close. Now, if I go and process this data, now I changed it. I changed that 600,000 to 400. You can see that it has gone through code lead. Look at it, code. How much is there? 400,000. I didn't have to go and fill the form afresh. But if you did not understand it, always go back to fill this form afresh. Execute the step. It will tell you to unpin. You unpin it. Then you execute the step. Open the form. Fill it afresh. See, sometimes when you're mapping your workload, you might fill this form or you might fill the form. Now imagine you are what is it called? You are doing something that will route you to 10 people. I will show you a workflow like that, which someone asked me to do for him so he can present to his people. All right. I'm going to show you something like that. Please just give me a minute, please. Okay. So now, sorry, who joined? Sorry for interruption. Toward the teacher. Okay. Now, always feel free to go and fill your form again. Since I said below 500,000, I can always fill even if it's 50,000, even if it is 5,000. So long as it is below 500,000, it will pass through the code, and then I will to pass through the code lead. Look at it here. To pass through the code lead, right? So this is the truth here. For every lay, for every line, for every route you want to map, send in data. There's somebody I typed sending data in capital letter up to 4 times. I say sending data, sending data, sending data. So I don't know if you're here. Sending data, sending data. This is it. Always send in data to that line so that you'll be able to map. Now, since there is data inside this line, inside this code line, there will no longer be data inside the warm lead line. There won't be warm lead data anymore. Now, let me open this so you see. If I open this spreadsheet, you can see the switch is empty. But if I take this spreadsheet to this code and open it, you'll see that there is now data on that switch. And mind you, so long as you're using switch, you're using if you're using filter, you must, even when you're using loop, you must map from them. Do not map from here. Let me explain this again. On top of here is the switch, which directly connected the current to the current node you're working on. Before it is the workflow, and before it is the on form submission. Now look at this switch workflow on form. Please, I think we are going to do nursery school rhyme today. Unmute your mic. Let us repeat. Switch, workflow on form. Tell me.
Switch,
Switch,
workflow,
on form. Now
form.
look at how they lined up. Again, switch,
Switch,
workflow.
workflow.
Now, even if I have 10 nodes, if I have 10 nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I open here, all of them will come and line up here. All of them will line up at this left. Even if there are 100 nodes, all of them will come and line up at this left. But then your decision points are always important that you map from your decision point. Do you understand? If I go here and I'm mapping from workflow config, it means that this switch is not in action. This switch is not in action. I have skipped the work of this switch. It means everybody is flowing into your database straight, no filtering. Everybody flows in, no filtering. All right. Matthew Albani say you just solved what I've been battling with. Yes, that is actually the reason for this class, just to clear. So is this well understood? Now, how do you connect? Let me accept this person. Now, how do you connect your spreadsheet? Williams, we had agreement by 4 yesterday, but look at when you're coming, 4:39. We have already gone far. And it's supposed to be a 1-hour lesson, we've gone far now. Now, question now is, since you have known how to map inside this switch, mind you, it is the same thing with your if. Since you have known how to map inside this switch, how do you now connect your spreadsheet? How do you do it? Now, your spreadsheet is a different system. And we are using spreadsheet here because this spreadsheet is the easiest we can actually use. You can use Airtable, you can use SQL databases, you can use your Postgres, SQL databases, and the rest. You can use any other database. You can use HubSpot, you can use any database at all right? But what matters is that I am teaching you the storage mechanism, how to store data, how to map data. It does not matter the platform you are storing your data on. Please let me make you Stewart, please let me make you a co-host so that you'll be accepting people for me. Stewart the teacher. Yes. Stewart, are you here? It seems Stewart is not here. Okay, Agui Godwin, class captain. Let me make you, I've made you a co-host. Please be accepting people for me so that I won't always have to come back. Be accepting people. All right. So now, let me go back to what I was doing, right? Whether you're using Airtable, what you all you have.
Let me see the screen here.
Can any other person see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
All right. So, for any database you want to connect, or for any integration you want to do, this is why I told you to register on nsn.io. Always look at here. Now, this is where it gets very simple. But I see that some complications some of us are having is because we don't like to read. Do you understand? in as much as someone is supposed to guide you, right? But there are people that, like, I don't know how to classify it. They read. For instance, some people sending me error messages that they are seeing. Now, let me execute this. There is an error message here looking at me. Problem executing workflow. There was a problem executing the workflow. The workflow has issues and cannot be executed, right? The workflow has some issues and cannot be executed. For that reason, please fix them. What do I have to do? I'll have to look. Something is marking red for me here. Something is marking red for me, and there is a caution sign here. What do I have to do? I'll take my mouse to that caution sign and see issues. Parameter document is required. I will know that, oh, okay, this is the issue. Now, you don't have to screenshot this to me to come and start explaining to you what error you are having. I'm expecting, naturally, what I'm expecting from you is, oh, Bros, I've seen that parameter, a document is required. What do I do next? That is it. But if you come and tell me you're having error, I don't know what else to do. Those are different things. Please show that you have understood. That is why I told you the requirement for you to be an AI automation specialist is just to read and understand. That's what I tell you people, right? That is the only requirement. Read and understand and be patient. Read, understand, be patient. That is the requirement I do. So if you can read, you cannot understand, it will be an issue. If you can understand but you cannot read, it will also be an issue. If you can read, understand, and not be patient, it's also an issue. So you have to read, you have to understand, and you have to be patient. All right? Now look at this. This gave me error here. I'll first of all read the error. Okay, then I will look at they made it red for a reason. I will now look at this red here and check. Oh, okay, something is required though, and they're marking it. What do I have to do? I will click. Do you understand? Well, now let us assume you have not connected anything here. Let us assume you haven't connected any credential. It's also read and understand. Now, it is asking you credentials to connect with. What does it mean? It means you have to connect your Google Spreadsheet, or if you're using Airtable, or if you're using any platform at all, you have to connect it to here. Right? Sometimes the reason I don't want to use things like Airtable and others is because, trust me, you are going to have a very long question period, and it will be so confusing. All right. So, but when you understand one, it's easy to understand the next. That is how it works. You understand? Let's assume there is nothing connected here. What do I have to do? To be showing me create new credential. Then I'll click on create new credential. All right. Now, my interface and your interface are different. This is a VPS hosted. This is not on anything.i. It's a VPS hosted. Right? So it has a different integration.
How did you get to this point? I'm sorry.
Is who is asking.
It's no sense. I just saw you get to this API.
I say I highlighted this thing now. Credentials to connect with. Credentials to connect with. Here we tell you if you're connecting it for the first time, you will see create new credential. To click on it, create new credential. And I was explaining that my own integration and your own integration will not be the same. The reason it will not be the same is because I am using VPS, that is self-hosted, while you're using NHS cloud hosted. All right. Now, for you, this is what you are going to see. Let me show you what you're going to see. For you, see what you're going to see. You will see sign in with Google. That is what you will see. you click on sign in with Google. All right, when you click on sign in with Google, you choose the Google account you want to connect. You choose the Google account. Mind you that any Google account you connect here means that this is the same Google account you must, I did not say maybe, you must create your spreadsheet. Any Google account you connect here is the Google account you must create your spreadsheet inside. So now, if I connect this, right? If I connect this, which is the one I'm connecting to already, it's taking time. Probably I have to reload, and this is VPS hosted. Sometimes it happens now. Now, you that is on anything cloud based will not see this warning here. You may not see it, right? But then, in case you see it, just click on advanced. You click on advanced, then you go to continue. Now, this is the next thing you're going to see. This is the next thing you're going to see. You grant access. Sometimes you'll be required to click on some things. You click on them. Let me repeat. Sometimes you'll be required to click on some things. You click on them, then you say continue. Do you understand? It will show connection successful, and here we turn green. Until here turns green, you have not connected successfully. Until here, no matter the API, until here turns green, you have not connected successfully. Now, for some people, please, when you're watching this video, follow what I've done step by step. Don't skip into where I opened API. I said something before I opened that API. And what did I say? The interface and my interface are not going to be the same. But I also showed you how your interface would look like. So please, do not come to me and start asking, how did I make my own show API? Your own will not show API because you're not using VPS hosted. You're not using a self-hosted NSN interface or NSN account. Do you understand it now? So don't let that side confuse you. I'm explaining it in details now. Don't let that part confuse you. Okay? Now, for everything you want to connect, for everything you want to link, whether it is Gmail, now for every Google account, it's easy to link, right? Except sometimes you have to do, except things like which platforms, except things like your Google Word, when you're getting Google Word, right? Not this, not posting on Google Word. Like when you're using Get, your integration might be different. Then when you're linking in your Google Drive, your integration might also be different. That is where you now need API, right? But I don't like teaching API here because it will expose your API. It will expose my API key, and it will also expose your own key. The only thing I can do is to run a demo of how it should look. Your API key is very, very important because I don't know who is watching my video. I don't know who is watching your video. The person might go and use your API key to do whatever they want to do, and it is you that is going to suffer for it. Understand? So, if I want to now connect email, I will now also connect, right? Gmail, so you're using Gmail. Now, look at what I explained to you earlier on, that no matter how many nodes you have, all of them would show. Initially, we are only seeing 1, 2, 3. But now we are going to see this one. Let me open this one. You see it. Spreadsheet, switch, workflow, on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let me let you understand. The only place.
I have a question, please.
Go ahead.
The first class, I just noticed that here on the first class we have about this topic, we used after this form submission, we used edit, right?
Yes.
And here we are using workflow. Like, what's the difference?
It's the same edit. I just renamed it.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
renamed it. Let me pause here. Listen, let me pause here and show you the reason you have. I said it in the last class, the beginning. Why, when I renamed this one, I told you it's very important to rename your work, your notes, right? But let me pause here and show you something like this. Now, this is a workflow I am doing. Sometimes you will naturally forget to rename your workflow, right? Now, this is a workflow I am doing. Look at this workflow. Look at this workflow. I'm not done with it yet. I just finished this part, the top part. All right. This is an if here. This is a switch here. This is an if here, right? Good. Now this is another switch here. Now, let's say I am doing a workflow like this. And I will keep on building. Trust me, if I come and this thing is too overwhelming to me, I might forget which node is which. Do you understand? I might forget the function of this node. Now, if you can ask me, what does this node do, this code node I added here, I've probably forgotten what this node does, right? I've probably forgotten what it does. I would now need to start opening it and start checking, oh, what does it do? What does it do? What does it do? You understand? This is why it is important for you to rename according to the function of that node. And like I was telling you guys earlier on, that no matter the number of nodes you've connected, all the nodes before will show. Now, let me open this last node here for you to see the list of the nodes that will show. Now, can you see them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. Sorry, 11, 12. Which part? 1, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 nodes. All right, all of them are showing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 nodes. Now, what you are seeing here now is exactly what we just built. Just that you don't have to check business requirement, what and what is needed. All right. Okay. Now, this is exactly what we have used. You will now use your own specialty. I must not come and start showing you how you will build 13 node workflow. No. You understand? I must not show you how to build 100 nodes workflow. But now, when you are now, imagine if I start building this in the class, everybody go tire out. You understand? Everybody will tire out. You get now good. But when you now know how to build it, okay? Because of this thing we have built here, this basic thing we have built here, can build something even longer than that. That is how it works. You can build something longer than that, all right? Using the basic node. And I told you something about the core nodes. There are things I've been telling you guys. The core node. Let's go to that big workflow and show you now. The core nodes here. How many core nodes can you count here in this workflow? You see that some of them are needed. You see that some of them appeared more than once, some of them appeared more than twice, but they are needed to make vital decisions. Especially this switch node here is needed to route 3 items, 1, 2, 3. This if node here is needed to route. Now, this is a business that does with service, what is it called? That does with, they have spare parts business, and they have spare parts, they sell keke, they sell lubricants, they sell all those things. It's a very big company. Now.
Rachel, don't mess me up, seriously. I can't see what is wrong now.
Please mute your mind. If you're battling with network, we understand. Okay, just mute your mind. Okay. Before this class started, I advised everybody have an alternative network. Me, because of this class, let me tell you, because of this class, I went and reactivated my Starlink. Starlink is 7,000 naira. But I suspended Starlink in December to be using Airtel. Let me try Airtel. But Airtel started messing up. I had to go back and resubscribe my Starlink. 7,000 naira. Do you understand? So please have an alternative internet. Can get a second SIM card of another network. Whenever you want to have this class, you switch in that SIM card so that you have a network. So you have network. Okay? It shouldn't really be something that should bother other people that anybody is having issues with network, right? So please, everybody, I've been advising that everybody have a second internet. Have second internet. It's very important. I have Airtel on this phone. I have MTN. My wife has MTN and Glow. I have Starlink here. I have Airtel outdoor device. Whichever one is available that time, I will switch to it. Do you understand? If you have interview with a client or with an employer, network is one thing that will mess you up and kick you off. Trust me. It will mess you up and kick you out. They don't care if you had network issue or not. What they care is now if you do not have good network, they will even see that you are not ready, that you're applying for a job, a good job, and you're not ready. That's how they see it. Ask anybody. So please get ready, get another second option internet. It's very important, right? So let me go back to what I was explaining. Now, these are core node. This is a 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 core node. This is not a core node. This is not a core node. All right. AI agent is also not a core node. Let me say AI agent is actually a core node, right? It's a core node, yeah, it's a core node. Okay. This is a core node, but it's NSN own core node. It's not open it's not open AI, it's not Gemini. Okay, but it's a core node. Now, Google Calendar is not a core node. This from here to here, these are all core nodes. Right now, check how many core nodes did I use. And I remember I told you guys that most of your workflows will depend on these core nodes. So you have to understand their function, which I took time to explain in the first class. Most of your workflow will depend on these core nodes. Now, imagine I want to separate two things, and I don't know how to use if. I don't know that if exists. What does if do for me? Just to separate product of interest, or product interest should either contain either spare parts or motorcycle spare parts, whatsoever. So long as it contains spare parts, it should be true. All right. Do you understand? So it's not equal to. So long as it is not equal to, so long as it does not contain this, and it does not contain this, okay, it should pass through this other side. That's it. Do you understand? So long as choice is not equal to anything spare part, it should pass through this other side, which is why it's on the false game. And this other one is other choices. Now, this is a switch node. Mind you, here you see it is a switch node. I can choose to rename it back to switch. I can say that it has turned back to switch, right? That's turned back to switch. Now I can choose to rename it back to other choices. Okay. But there's something very important for you. Joel, I'm saying this because of you now. Something very, very important is know their symbols, not their names. Know their symbols, not their names. No matter what you name this, once I see this, I know that this is an edit field. No matter what you name this, what I see is I know that this is a weight node. No matter what you name this, what I see it, I know it is a code node. No matter what you name this, once I see it, I know this is an if. No matter what you name this, once I see it, I know this is switch. No matter what you name this, once I see it, I know it's spreadsheet. No matter what you name this, once I see it, I know it's an AI agent. Do you understand it now? Don't know them by their name. Know them. Don't just know them by their name. Know them by their symbols. That is another important thing that will assist you. So now, using that, I can come here and change this switch node. This switch node, I can come here and rename it to be. I can rename it to be routes by budget. What does this mean? Anybody seeing this, we know that this routing here was done by budget. That is why. Then even when you come next year, you know that, oh, you did this routing here by budget. Okay. So I guess I've explained a lot. Then one last thing, please. Let me do this last. One last thing. Now you have gone to design your spreadsheet. Please go and design your spreadsheets. Right? You have gone to design your spreadsheets. Where is that laptop of interest here? Now you've gone to design your spreadsheets. You design your spreadsheets, name, phone, all the details you want to be captured. Okay, all the details you want to be captured. You want to capture. You design them. What next you have to do? You have to come here. That is it. You have to come, do your mapping. Now, it's also very important to note that once you have done your mapping here and you make any changes in your spreadsheets, your data delivery can fail. If I come here, now that is budget, right? Now look at that budget. If I delete that budget, I've deleted something. Let me drag this. I've deleted something here. Now let's go to my spreadsheets and check. Okay, sorry, it won't show. It won't show now. Now you see the budget is no longer here. Now let me now go and add that budget I deleted. Now let me add it. Budget. Right. Now see something that is going to happen. See something that is going to happen. Can you see this? Can you see this warning sign here? Can you guys see this warning sign, or am I talking to myself?
Can see it.
Okay. Now this warning sign, once I see it, what do I have to do? Now let me execute this. See, at least one value has to be added on that value, right? I now have to read what is wrong, what happened. At least one value has to be added under values to send. That means I will have to map at least one of these. But then there is something here. I'm having an error sign, the warning sign, and that warning sign says columns are outdated. Refresh to see the changes. What do I have to do? I will have to refresh. I will not have to refresh. Now you see that budget has appeared. That budget has appeared as I refresh. Now, if you don't refresh, especially if you have mapped, you went and made changes, you did not come back to refresh and map it again. Sometimes, when your data is about to deliver, it will skip. It will not deliver. It will skip and not deliver. You understand? it will not stop. Who is that is not meeting his mic now? At this point, you're not supposed to still be reaching to mute mic. Innocent Stanley. So a lot of times, right, if you don't come back to refresh it and do it again, to skip it will not save you. So how do I now map this? Mapping, you are hearing mapping data. Now, is it going to be by magic that my data will stop from the form into spreadsheet? No, it's not by magic. However, from this switch, you know that I renamed it to wrap by budget. From this switch, I will now have to check the name. I will drag the person's name. The reason you must drag, look at, I'm dragging the name into name here. I'm dragging the email into email. I'm dragging the phone number into phone. I am dragging the laptop of interest. I'm dragging all of them, not one, not two, not three. I'm dragging this entire thing here into laptop of interest. I am dragging the budget into budget. Then this timestamp, I will drag it to where timestamp is. Do you understand? Is that clear? Now, so someone might ask, why do I have to drag it? I am not highlighting this. I am not highlighting this. I am not copying to paste. I am dragging. Do you understand? Now, when I drag it and keep, look at that dragging I have dragged. This is what is inside, and this is this. Is it clear? This is what is inside it, and this is this. Now, the question is, why must you drag and drop? The reason you must drag and drop, whenever you only drag and drop, whenever your only dynamic fields to come in. What I mean by dynamic field, when you're expecting content from outside, maybe someone to fill a form or another node to send in data, but something should push out something. That is when you drag and drop. Now, if I drag here, now watch. If I remove name, if I remove my name, if I remove this code, and I copy my name and put, it means that whenever this data stores, no matter who fills this name, it will only store this particular name here. It will no longer be dynamic. It will only be storing this name. No matter who, even if the person that filled it is George Bush, it will store Chigweze Chukwudi. Even if it is Chinyere, it will store Chigweze Chukwudi. Even if it is Obichukwu, it will store Chigweze Chukwudi. Even if it is Innocent, it will store Chigweze Chukwudi. Even if it is Sempa, Sempa, to store Chigweze Chukwudi. Even if it is Clara, it will store Chigweze Chukwudi. So how do I make it not to store one name always? It is by dragging here into it. It makes it a dynamic field. Now, when I execute, it will now store the contents of that dynamic field into the spreadsheet. Now, let me go to spreadsheet and see that it has stored this. What date did I fill it? 5th of April. All right. Okay. So that is it. I hope that is actually very, very clear. Now, one area, let me also bring in this. Now, that mapping you did is also the same way you will map all these other ones. When you're writing your email, let me correct this, please. When you're writing your email, I told you to add two emails, one for the business owner, one for the business owner, one to the. Now, this is to business owner. Now, let's say this email here is to lead and this email here is to business owner. Now, how do I map them? I will use dynamic field to map the one that is to the lead. I will use the dynamic field, right? Which means I will drag this email. Okay. Now, we are not using AI, but does it mean that our email have to look tacky? No, too tacky. In as much as we are not using AI to write, So here, I will also write a clean subject and hyper personalize it. How do I make it clean and how do I hyper personalize it? Since this person is a cold lead, mind you, your cold lead and your hot lead and your warm lead, they're not supposed to receive the same email. At least give the person that has the money or that's qualified some respect. You understand? They're not supposed to. Now, this is a cold lead. I can just say, thank you for your interest. Then, thank you for your interest. Is it not too generic? Is there anything special with it? There is nothing special with it. But something with the sugar and salt and maggi will be added to it a little when I drag this person's name and put. Right? It will not be thank you for your interest, Chibweze Chukwudi. Do you understand? It is a little personalized, in as much as there is no AI, right? This email type, because we are not using HTML to write it, please change your email type to text. All right. Then on message, this is message the person is going to receive. The body of the email, see, it is over 1 hour already. All right. Okay. Wills, I saw your message. I saw your message. So here now, and actually this class is even because of Wills that's here. I think it's part of them, right? Now, this message is the body of the message the person is going to receive. Do you understand? Now, I will come here. When you do fixed, the difference between fixed and expression is fixed is mostly plain word, all right? But you will not really see the actual appearance. Okay? You will not really see the actual appearance. So you should use expression. When you click on expression, you go here, this small toggle below it, you click on it, it will open this big interface for you, retaining this. Now let me show you something. If I use fixed, and I click on it, you can see it did not open where I can drag and drop. No. What fixed does is that you are not supposed to drag any dynamic field. What you write there is what is going to supply. No dynamic field is coming in. But expression means that you can use some dynamic field to map. That means you can map. All right. Now, I need to map it. I need to write a manual email to this person. At least I need to make my email to look clean, presentable, and personalized, not generic. So I can come here and say, dear, I give my gap, my space, and I drag this person's name. And now always look at your right. Look at the right hand side. This is how the person is going to receive this email. But you cannot edit this right hand. I'm trying to delete it, but it's not deleting. But it is here, the middle, you can edit it. Remember that the middle is where you are currently working on. Right hand is the output. And it's showing here to you that a result. This is result of everything or anything you're writing in the middle here. Now I said, yes, also person. I give two space. Thank you for your interest in our. I will drag what the person's goes to and keep. Do you understand? Because I need the person to also feel like I need the person to feel like, okay, this email was written for him or her, not a generic email, right? Imagine you filling a form and you're written there and you're receiving thank you, we have received your form. To you, it's a generic email. You will not feel like you are valued, right? But when they write it personalized to you, well arranged and personalized, you feel like, okay, maybe they wrote it for you. Do you understand? It gives another feeling, and it also gives you that sense of originality and authenticity to that company or to that person. Do you understand? Now you say, thank you for your interest in our so. All right. Then you say, we appreciate your interest. Well, it's the same thing, it's tautology. All right. But because it's a code, the person's budget does not meet our requirement. Then I can come here and say, however, your budget does not currently meet our minimum, say minimum, does not currently meet our minimum, does not currently meet the minimum, let's say the minimum, where are you from? The minimum value of any of our products. We would appreciate you reconsider your budget so to get the best out of our products. All right. Then they come here and say best regards. All right. Best regards. Whoever you want to write, you can say Onyanko or anything that is your business name. But there is something else we might add. Okay. Now we appreciate you could consider your budget off and add a budget off. Budget off. All right. Okay. Sorry. No. Let's not add it here. However, your budget off. Okay, we'll put that budget, we'll drag that budget and keep it. Now, look at my right. However, your budget of 5,000 does not currently. Now, for someone that will say, what if I need to add sign? Yes, you can add sign. Let's say we want to say NGN. Now, look at the result here. However, the current budget of 5,000 naira does not currently the minimum value of any, not currently it's the minimum value of any of our products. We would appreciate you reconsider your budgets to get, okay, to get. I'm not teaching you how to write code email, I beg you. All right, to get now here, at least when someone receives this email, the person will kind of feel okay, right? Then if you want to attach something, you can always attach something to it. Which there is a different workflow, that there's a different way to actually attach this, right? Now, if you want to attach something, you can attach something. If you want to copy somebody to make sure that this email you're sending is blind copied to somebody, right? Or to change the sender name. Now, let me change the sender name to be Onyanko from week 1, right? Now, this is the sender name, Abi. Now, these are options. I want to add the sender name. What other options can I add? Reply to sender only. Send replies to, no, I'm not doing all this. Do I want to copy somebody? Do I want to blind copy somebody? Do I want to put attachment? For now, I'm going to send this email and I'm intentionally leaving something there so that I will use it to teach you guys particular thing, right? Let me pin this letter. Then I fire this email. Let me execute it. Now, me executing this email, right? It has sent. Now, let me check my email because I filled my email address, right? I filled my email address, so let me check it. Now you can see that sender name has changed. to Onyenku from week 1. That's in that name. And this email is somewhat organized, right? Look at all those dragging and droppings we did. Look at them here. See 5,000. See the person's name. See the options the person chose. Do you understand? But there's something here. We need to remove this connotation here. We need to remove it. So what do? We go back to the workflow. Sorry. We go back to the workflow. Come to add option. Add option. Click on add option. Then I click on append N8N attribution. Now listen, everybody. I've taken my time to repeat. If anybody comes to ask me, I will easily refer you to the video. But I have done what? Repeated. I have explained in details. All right. So always refer to the video so that life will be easier for everybody. Life shouldn't be easy for you alone. You want to make your own life easier by coming to quickly ask for questions, something that is already in the video, right? Or something that's already written. But now, let's make life easy for you and I and for every other person. All right? Okay, please, let's always do that. Consult the video. Watch these things step by step. All right? Now here, I'm going to add append N8N attribution. And when I add append N8N attribution, I will turn it off. Now, if I turn it off and I execute this step, and let me go to my email. Let me go to my email and you will see that thing has gone off. You understand? It has gone off. It is now just our email that is here. But look at this. Onyenku from week 1 is now here. Yes, you can see. And all those things we drag and drop. Look at what the person feels. Now, if you are receiving this email as a person, if you are receiving this email, won't you feel like this email was written for you? Be honest, won't you feel that this email, in as much as there was no AI, or won't you feel like, okay, this email was written for you? You have all your details, your name, everything. Would you feel so? Okay, it's okay. So that is, let me stop sharing. That is quickly what I needed to explain again. All right. Let me share again. There is something here that I need to show you. In case of those that will have this problem. Okay, let me share the screen again, right? And go back to my work. In case of those that will have this problem, let me show you this. Okay, so I hide this. Let me show you. Now, if I go back to here, I go back to my workflow. I mean, this email goes to the lead, but I need the business owner to always receive notification that, oh, somebody has filled this form. Now, what do I have to do? There is data here, right? What do I have to do? I have to open it. Okay? But now, I will not map again. And if you look closely here, you will see that email will not give you what to map. Once you have passed an email node, remember that on switch, I told you that you must map from your switch. But in things like this, you're not going to map from email because the email node are filtered, thread ID, label, and all those things, right? That's what the email node are filtered. But then, who is the business owner? Because the business owner is known, his email is known, or her business or her email is known, or the team email is known. Maybe you want to send it to the sales team, you want to send it to the marketing team, tell them that somebody has filled their form. What do you have to do? You will manually type person's email. You manually type person's email. You're not dragging it. Okay? You manually write most of the things, right? But there is a pathway that you're going to drag and drop, which I will show you. Now, the subject will be, you can just say, hey team, or you can say code lead alert. A bit code lead alert. That's just it. You also change this one to text, just like we did in the other one. Then this message, we change it to expression and click on here. Now, you can just say hello team or hello anybody. Let's say if it's Clara, say hello Clara. Right? You say we have a new code lead. We have a new code lead with the following details. I say name, email, interest. All right, interest, then phone. I just say please head to the spreadsheet for more details. Do you understand? Yes. Now this is because you already know this person. You already know this person. Now we have to learn how to map these ones from this name, interest, phone number. Remember that our email node before this one is not affecting anything, right? Where do we map it from? We simply map it from the append group, from the spreadsheet. Then we'll now say this is the person's name, this is the person's email address, these are the person's interest, and this is the person's phone. Okay, then I can just come and add budget. Now this is not cast on stone, depending on what you want, or what your client wants, or what your company wants. You can see it here. Now we are simply telling Clara that someone has filled your form. That is why this email here is static. It is not that.
No screen display.
What?
It's back.
What do you say?
I was not seeing the screen.
Check your network, bro. Right. So here I will now have to also add option, append, and remove. Right. Then I will now come here and maybe send that name. Do I have to change it? Do I have to change it? I will say Onyanku of leads. It's not matter this my yeah. So Onyanku of leads. Abi? Good. Now if I execute, I've successfully executed first email to the lead, second email to the business owner. So let me go to my email and now check. You can see here. Now Clara will now have a very quick view of what the person feels. Clara will have a very quick view of what the person feels. Right? Is any part still confusing? And mind you, when you're doing your email manually, please do it very organized. Take your time, organize your email so that it will appear good. All right. But then if you're sending from a company or you have an email, whatever, which I'm also going to show you how to generate your, when we enter AI next week, how to generate your, what is it called? How to use your HTML to send the HTML email. Let it look like this. For the people who submitted assignment, you received your assignment, right? And you saw how it looked. Yeah, people who submitted the assignment 2 days ago. Let me show you how the assignment looked. I use HTML to do that. I use the HTML, and I will show you guys how to use HTML. Let me show you here. Now this is the HTML here. You can see how it appeared. This is HTML. I will show you guys how to do this later. Right? So this is more organized. So if you're sending from a company, you can do a HTML email to capture things like this. Capture, make all these things, the name of your company or whatever you want to design it to be. It will look like that, right? But for now, make your email to be clean. So with this workflow here, we have sent email to the business owners, which is a static email address. We have sent email to the business dynamic. We have stored the data. We have routed it by budget. All right. We have configured our workflow and collected information or details from the form. So I'll be taking questions briefly before I end the class. Questions? I hope everything is clear. Are there questions?
So, please, my question is, once you put in that sheet, it's just, I don't know, once you put in the sheet, you select the sheet node, you add it there. We'll go to add an email address. Once you add the email address, automatically the sheet will be able to access your own Excel sheet from Google.
You have to select
That's
the sheet. No, you will have to select the sheet. Please, look here. I've added my Gmail account here, right? But here, look at it, document from list. From list, you must have to select. Now, if I click here, I will see the list of the spreadsheets I have in my Google account. Look at the list of spreadsheets I have.
okay.
I will now choose from the one I want to use. All right. Then even when you choose it, inside the spreadsheet, there are sheets inside spreadsheet. You now choose the one you want to use. Look at it here. Here there is hot, there is cold, there is warm, there is cold. Hot, warm, cold, right? I will go here and choose it. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it warm? Which one am I using at that moment? All right, which is determined by this routing parameter here. Okay. Okay, so
Hello, sir.
yeah, I can hear you.
Just that I want to know how you duplicate those nodes. Do you understand me, sir?
Control D, you drop your cursor on it. Instead of adding a fresh node here, you drop your cursor on it. But the thing is, mind you, when you are duplicating, it carries everything you have set inside here. It carries everything, so you still need to go and map and change those things. So here you do Control D. You drop your mouse on it, right? Do your mouse and do Control D. You duplicate and you map. If you don't go here and change these things, it will go with the details. It will either fail or go with the details belonging to, or it will be dumping your details in the wrong sheet. You have to go and change. All right. It's Control D.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Either you do Control D or you right click and duplicate. Look at it. Right click and duplicate. All right. So another question? Clara, you have a question. Go ahead.
My question is, when you sent mail to the team, there was a place you wrote, please head to the spreadsheet. Now, when the team goes to the spreadsheet, how do they connect? Like, would they be seeing what the list is showing about as the list from the code mail, code lead, and the rest of them?
Okay. I'm not sure I really understand what you want to achieve with the question. Actually,
When you send a mail to Clara,
Mm.
at the ending part of it, you mentioned that they should please go and check the spreadsheet.
Okay.
So how? What would the
let me
spreadsheet be showing?
let me ask you. What did we store in the spreadsheet?
The information like cold
Okay.
leads, hot leads.
Yeah, I know. Who owns the spreadsheet?
The company.
Thank you. Now, inside the company, which departments should own the spreadsheet?
Sorry?
Inside the company, is it the entire company that owns the spreadsheet, or there is the certain department that owns the spreadsheet?
There's a certain department that owns the spreadsheet.
Okay. Okay, good. So see it this way, right? For instance, there is a department that owns the spreadsheet, okay? But then that department already knows where their leads stored. Thank you, Mariam. You understand? So they already have access to the spreadsheet. They know that that spreadsheet is. So whenever they get a lead email, they already know that, okay, this is where that spreadsheet is. But if you want to make life easier for them, what you can do is you come here, you copy the link to this spreadsheet and put it into that place. Put it into the email, right? So that life will be easier for them. They will just click on that email straight and they will get it. But then there is a team that are the custodians of this email. Now, if this sheet is owned by the spreadsheet, by the sales team, the HR team does not know about this spreadsheet. If the spreadsheet is owned by the marketing team, the financial unit does not know about this spreadsheet. So whenever sales team receive an email, there is a new lead, they already know where they are heading to. Abi? Is it clear? Or did I?
Yes, yes, I understand. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. And another question?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the clarification. So there is this message I keep getting when I'm working. Saying someone saved this workflow while you're editing. I don't know what it means. So who is the someone that is changing my?
I think that thing is actually your network. To be honest, because no other person has access to your work. To be honest, but have you closed that? Have you closed that tab and open your workflow again? Close all the tabs that your workflow has that has your NSF. Close all of them.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And open your NSF on one tab only. And let me also announce to you, right? Please, sometimes when you're when you're integrating your spreadsheet or your Gmail or you're integrating anything, sometimes it will show you error. When it shows error, just leave it. Come and reload your tab. Reload it. When you reload, you go and link again. A lot of times it will just show you green. All right. So if that will be all for now, we meet today on TikTok. It's supposed to be 1 hour class, but now it is almost 2 hours. We'll meet on TikTok, right? See you guys later on. Have a very nice evening, and I hope you cleared your confusion.
Well, thank you, sir. Mine is very clear. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.